excited bird over there. Man, water levels, man. It's so hard to talk about these things because I know it's such a decisive subject. Like, some people hate them, some people love them, and man, I love the aesthetic. Right? I absolutely love the aesthetic of water levels, and I've always wanted people to love them as much as I do, but like, God, they have so many problems. I mean, the aesthetic's cool, you know, you're sitting by a lake, you know, you're drinking beer, but like, usually they're just terrible, like absolutely uncontrollable messes, right? And like, people reasonably hate them.
So just imagine for 5 seconds that you're Shigeru Miyazuki, and you think like, you know what, we got Mario. No! We're making Mario, and Mario's running through his Mario levels, doing his Mario jumps, going down his Mario pipes, eating his Mario mushrooms, getting really fucking Mario high, smoking his Mario weed, beating up these Mario Goombas, murdering Mario Koopas, and you say to yourself, you know what Mario needs? He needs some water. And then you take Mario, you take his physics, you take his control, and you just yeet him directly into a pool of water and say, good luck, kid. And then you're just sitting there. You're like a 10-year-old kid in the 80s. Not me, I wasn't born yet. You're old as fuck. You're a 10-year-old kid sitting in the 80s, you old bastard, and you're just sitting there. And Mario's, you know, he's swimming. And you're like, what the fuck do I do? I mean, you don't see Mario on a fucking speedboat, I'll tell you that much.
Shit. Turn back and start heading about that way.
Alright. I'm gonna get to that motherfucker, Bowser! Here I come, you son of a bitch! Damn it, Luigi! You couldn't have come at a better goddamn time! I'm gonna get to that motherfucker, Bowser! I was halfway through my Koopa's Gone Wild DVD when you had to bust into my goddamn room! Damn it, Luigi! Now I have to go wrap up all your stupid problems! Wahoo!
I mean, it makes sense if you really think about it. I mean, Mario, he's an adventurer. He's got to save the princess. He's got to go save the day. So of course he'd have to travel across the land. He'd have to climb over the hills and through the mountains and run across the lands and break into Bowser's castle and murder him repetitively. So it makes sense that eventually he'd have to swim across some water. But it just, you know, it just sucks. Like, really bad. And this was kind of apparent from the first second. People never liked water levels. But game developers, to this day, they still put fucking water levels in their video games. So why am I talking about this? Well, I recorded a lot of footage because I had the idea, and I thought it'd be funny, and it'd be a good video to make. So here we are. Let me be real with you for a second now. I had the idea to make the water level video months ago. That footage you saw from the beginning of me talking by the lake, I recorded that back in like March or something, like before summer. And it's October now when I'm editing past that. And I've gone back and forth through ideas. It's like, do I just talk about the history of water levels? No, that's fucking boring. Do I just make a top 10 list of the worst water levels of all time? No, that goes against my original point. So what am I gonna do? Fuck it, I'm just gonna talk about water.
Oh my god, did you see that angle? These fucking turns are so crispy, Jesus. No way he's gonna do this. If you have the right angles, good turns.
You can tell when you're doing it right when you hear this beep sound.
Saves so much time in the water.
Look at the fucking rings!
Scooby-Doo-ba-doo.
Alright. Question 1. Are you wet?
Not currently.
Okay. What's your opinion on water?
It's my favorite drink. I love water
Why?
because it's like, have you ever like been working or something and like you're really thirsty and you drink fucking water? Like that shit just hits you different than any other drink does, bro. Life potion.
What's your opinion on the word moist?
I hate it.
Why?
Because it's literally the worst word.
Why? What? What's your opinion on water levels in Mario games?
Fucking suck, dude.
Why do they fucking suck, dude?
Ever since the first couple Mario games, they sucked. And they sucked in Donkey Kong on this Super Nintendo.
Are you wet right now?
No, dude.
What's your star sign?
Aquarius.
What? There it is! There it is! Did you ever experience the sensation of drowning?
No.
Would you like to?
Not particularly.
Okay. Doesn't crave death.
I mean, I didn't say that. I just said not drowning.
Oh, okay. Is it on the table? What's your opinion on the word moist?
Moist is something when it's like, it's not wet, right? It's not dry either. It's also not damp, right? It's not wet. It's not damp. It's not dry. It's moist.
Wasn't it a whole thing, like, recently that, the tuna that Subway contains no fish?
What the wait, what? It contains. Hold on, I have to look this up. I have to fact check this. You can't just get away with saying something like this. Subway has no fish. Subway's tuna is not tuna, but a mixture of various concoctions, a lawsuit alleges. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's probably why it tastes so moist.
You know what's so funny though?
What?
Aquarius isn't a water sign.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck a water sign is.
Hey Sonic, the water's real nice. You wanna come play?
Water? I hate water! Ah!
Yo, but I've talked a lot of shit about water levels so far in this video, but do they really, really suck? Yes! Nah, but really, I'm probably the nicest person on the internet when it comes to water levels and their shitty controls. For example, Vazir, World of Warcraft. If you don't know, this is a level that's basically the size of 3 other regular size levels put together, except it's underwater. And since it's underwater, that means you can swim up and down and left and right and center, turning the entire world all 3D, which means it's even more ginormous than just 3 regular levels put together. That's got to be like 69 times bigger than a regular level. And there's all these sea snakes and whale sharks and giant undersea shellfish prison things, and I think this zone is fucking lit, even though probably most of the WoW player base thinks this zone sucks fucking dick. So I definitely feel my opinion is a lot more because even though I can recognize that the water temple in Ocarina of Time is like contracting ball fungus, and the water temple in Majora's Mask is like contracting dick fungus, I'm still able to say, yo, y'all ever played the water temple in Twilight Princess? That shit's like contracting ball fungus. Not to mention, the whole idea of a water level is healthy for games and game developers as a whole. For example, Super Mario 64 water levels are comparable to branding your tank, but since the game devs had the practice and experience of making wet-dry world in Super Mario 64, they learned how water works in a 3D platforming game, which helped them produce more polished and smoother to control levels in Super Mario Sunshine. Alright, maybe not. But no, really, if water levels didn't exist, we wouldn't even have great games like Wind Waker or Super Mario Sunshine, because these old gems of games, which nowadays are recognized as classics, are basically nothing more than giant fucking water levels, because the game devs were inspired by their failures of the past, not afraid of them, which I'm fine with, because really the reason people have PTSD about water levels in the first place isn't because they're afraid of a nice sunset over a lake. You motherfucker. But because they remember being stuck in Labyrinth Zone in Sonic 1 for like 3 years of their adolescent life. But the actual visuals of even the most trash-designed water levels in some of the worst-made games are actually really beautiful. Like, they make me want to lie on a beach in the middle of the sun and just chill the fuck out. And this isn't even mentioning the #1 thing water levels bring to the table that seemingly no one ever talks about when bashing them. And that's that water levels have fucking banging soundtracks. Well, here we are. It's been 9 months since I decided to start making this, and I'm in my mom's bathtub on the internet. But what was my point? Why did I feel the need to make this? Why did I feel the urge to put my wet opinion on the internet? Did I have some kind of burning desire in my heart to talk about water that could only be quenched in video format? I don't know, man. I just thought it'd be fun.